Let's make a chimichurri steak. Start off with some olive oil. No exact measurements. We're gonna taste to test as we go along. And then we're gonna go in with some red wine vinegar. At this stage, we're basically just making a vinaigrette. Add to that a pinch of salt, some coarse ground black pepper. Now we want to crush 1 clove of garlic. Now we want to just give this a nice little chop. Now we're going to take a lemon and we just want to squeeze a little bit of juice in there. Just like that. Perfect, right there. Here we have some colorful fresh parsley, and this is what's gonna add that herbiness and earthiness to our chimichurri. We wanna go ahead and just get those little stems out of there as well. Put those parsley leaves right into the chimichurri. Now we wanna just give this a nice stir, get all of those ingredients well incorporated. You can see the parsley there, the garlic. You can smell the olive oil, the red wine vinegar, the lemon juice, the brightness of the lemon juice brings it all together. Now we want to let this sit in the fridge for at least 2 hours. It's going to make sure it really builds a nice depth of flavor for our steak. Our chimichurri is already going to have so much flavor in it. We're going to keep the seasonings nice and simple. So here I just have a little smoked sea salt. Throw a little bit of that in there. If it wants to come out, there it goes. And then just some nice whole black peppercorns, just like that. That's gonna go really well together. So here we have a really nicely marbled cut of ribeye, and we're just gonna go ahead and get both sides nice and seasoned. Use our peppercorn and smoked salt seasoning and get that nicely coated. Remember, always pat it in, and then when we're done seasoning both sides, you want to take that little bit of fat cap there and just roll that right through the seasonings. No seasonings left behind. Now we just want to get our cast iron skillet scorching hot. And I'm not going to put any oil or any butter into this. We already have some oil in our chimichurri, and that's going to be the perfect amount. Now every minute or so, we're gonna give this a flip. We're looking for that nice charred golden brown crust. Now that we've got some good color, gorgeous looking color actually on both sides, we wanna make sure to sear and render down that fat cap, just like that. Nice thing about that cast iron skillet is you can just rest it right on the side and it's just gonna sear itself. Time for a temperature check. We're shooting for that magical medium 130 degrees. If you see any fat that hasn't rendered down, like we have a little bit here on the end, just take your tongs and press that steak down right there and that fat will just melt right away. Look at that absolutely perfect crust we got on that steak. Gorgeous pink medium color. And as I press it, you can just see the juices just flood out of there. I've gone ahead and just cut our steak into slices, and we're just gonna drizzle that chimichurri right on top. Make sure to get that parsley in there, some of that garlic. Just go right over the top with that chimichurri. Just like that. All right, y'all, we might have outdone ourselves this time. This chimichurri steak looks absolutely delicious. Let's go in for a bite. Something about putting that parsley into that mixture almost turns it into like a bright, sweet kind of herb. It just changes it. It's so, so good. If you haven't ever given chimichurri steak a try, definitely worth a try.